All right, everyone. This is a momentous occasion. We've got a Chansey pick here. The reason why this is a momentous occasion is because I think I'm officially out of my Wonder Pick hourglasses. And this is actually crazy because for the last like 3 or 4, I want to say like 5 months. No, it's got to be more than that. Since the beginning of time, I've had like hundreds of Wonder Pick hourglasses. But now, not only am I depleting it, but I'd be also using a Pokegold. So let's see if this actually goes through. Looks like it did recover, and turns out you can use as much Pokegold as you want to do these Wonder Picks. I think you can also use them for we're just gonna pick the Absol here. I think you can also use them for the events, like the promo events. So we're gonna go ahead and try out our hand for size on a on a promo. I just want to see what happens because, like, I'm not like super high on using Pokegold for this kind of stuff, but we are like completely out of pack hourglasses, which is crazy, absolutely not pack hourglasses, Wonder Pick hourglasses, which is crazy. Nothing here that I really want aside from the Wonder Pick, obviously. There are, by the way, a lot of people who've been asking to be my friend. Let's see what we got here. All right, someone wants to trade with me. That's fine. We'll trade. But keep in mind that the trading system is going to be a little bit updated in maybe a couple weeks. So there was a video someone made on YouTube about how you shouldn't trade EXs right now because you can just get them for free through the new update. Or at least it'll be like a slower version of trading, but it'll be like free basically because you get to give away cards for like the cost of nothing with the share feature. As you can see here, I've got a lot of people asking to be my friend, and I have not been able to accept any of them because I have 99 friends. And I know that a lot of people are going to be upset about this, but I don't even know who to unfriend, honestly. I have too many people who want to be my friend. Before we play another Raichu event, I want to go over here, and since I have y'all here, I'm just going to go over here and exchange for pack points. This is going to go, like I said, this is going to go to my wife. We are getting another Professor's Research here. I have 4 copies now, but again, 2 of them are going to go to my wife. We're going to try to find more copies moving forward, but it's going to be hard, like I said. And I was hoping to use my pack points for other 2 stars, but seems like everyone's going to want the Professor's Research, so we're going to try to collect as much of those as we can and hopefully open up the rest of the cards naturally. Aside from that, like, I don't really know what to do in this game, honestly, because like I said before, like, I'm not going to exchange things for Flare, since the Flare system is going to be completely different starting in possibly the next update or whenever, so I think I'm just going to hang tight and just chillax with like flaring things or updating things. And for now, I'm just gonna play the Raichu event. I'm gonna see. There was something that somebody said to me a while back that was really smart, and it was just use a deck that is really good against like Raichu, and we're gonna turn auto on, and we're just gonna see the robot do its thing. We're gonna see if we can just not have to touch this screen at all. So that's actually something that I want to talk about with regards to Pokemon, the future of the game, the future of this channel. I've mentioned before that the success of the game is the success of this channel is going to depend on the success of the game. And if the game does well, our channel does well. If the game doesn't do that well, our channel is not going to do as well. Kind of curious to see what the bot does here. They should. Oh, they're not even gonna bench the Skull Fossils. That's cool. That's a little weird. Okay, they are gonna bench the Skull Fossils. I'm just curious to see what they're gonna do here. But yeah, it's a very interesting thing. How you get all these ideas from your audience, and people suggest things to you like, oh, you might as well try auto, and this is actually great because I can just like go in auto mode. I can literally put my phone down, do what I gotta do, and just work on like myself and my other things that I have to do in life. So I do really appreciate the feedback I get from my audience in this channel. A couple other people were asking about a Discord channel, and I don't think that's a terrible idea at all. I think that's great because, like as I mentioned before, I've got a lot of ideas that I want to run by people. Sometimes it's hard to communicate through just like a simple video. Sometimes there's things that I'd like to maybe just discuss that are just easier said through a direct message or a Discord message. And maybe having some sort of open discussion with people would be a really good idea. All right, so it looks like our opponent looks like they're winning here, honestly. Okay, well, let's see. The bot's gonna probably evolve this into Gabite, yeah. But the question is, are we gonna be able to come back from this? Because 70 damage is not gonna be enough. We're gonna need to top deck like a Garchomp or something. I don't know. It's funny though. I'm pretty sure I would be able to beat this deck if I wasn't like on autopilot. So we'll see what happens here. Clearly the Skull Fossil's not going to do it. Yeah, we lose, don't we? I think we lose now. Wow. Yeah, we lose. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm just trying to see what happens if auto. So I mean, would I have done anything different? I don't know. Well, let's try going into auto mode again and seeing if we can still win. I guess the benefit to this thing is that like even if it is like a 50-50 that you win or lose, it's still probably better for your own like well-being if you just don't do anything and you just like let the machine run its course. I don't know. But it does allow me to talk while I'm playing, so that's cool too. Oh, I guess I'm just gonna play. Yeah, the robot thing is weird. It's just let's try auto again and see what happens. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a Discord. And like I said, as I was talking to people in the stream last night or last morning, and it was a really good stream. I really enjoyed it. I think we're gonna work on the Discord, and I can probably even like start talking about the future of the channel. Maybe sell some merch, or like some designs, because like I said before, I do have I was going to start like a small business / shop as like a small print shop, and maybe just have people like come up with designs, and maybe we could like do art contests and things like that. I'm just running through some ideas in my head about things that we can do. Nothing is like set in stone, but just some ideas that might be of interest to anyone watching. So a lot of exciting things in going forward. I mentioned in a previous video that I was having like sort of an existential crisis, not knowing what to do in this game, and one person said it really elegantly. They wrote a very beautiful essay about how I've used up all the content in this game, just as they've used up all the contents of my wallet, or something like that. It was beautifully written, but it's so true. Like they haven't come out with a lot of great ideas. Hopefully this next update with the megas will be different. Hopefully it'll make things more exciting. Hopefully they'll find a way to address the whole like no promos thing. Like I'm able to obviously obtain promos just fine, but it's difficult sometimes because you get into the slippery slope of like how many times am I gonna have to go through a game with the same Raichu EX deck, play against the same deck over and over again to get like one single promo, right? So far I've gotten 4, which is great, but the truth of the matter is, like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sustain doing that every single month to get promos. And honestly, it's probably not worth my time to do that because it's a lot of it's a huge headache. It really is. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of like, you know, just to spend on, like, it'd be one thing if it was ranked, you know, and I was pushing ranked and trying to get, like, that actually makes sense. But the fact that, you know, you would have like something like this in the middle of ranked season, so like I'm playing ranked, but I also need to spend time doing this to also, you know, and this is a huge time sink, this Raichu EX event. But you need to do it in order to get at least 2 copies of Raichu EX, and if you want to get even more copies, then you got to do it like 3 or 4 times as much. So like, how many games did I play? Like 30 just to get 1 copy? 30 attempts just to get a single copy of Raichu EX? Like, that's like the like statistically that's possible, right? That could be like what ends up happening is you play 30 games and you don't get a single Raichu EX, and then like your gold runs out. Okay, so we did win here, which is cool. But I'm saying, like, your gold runs out, or your stamina runs out, and then you're gonna have to do it over again. So those are some of the things that concerned me about the event. I think they need to change some things up around like that. Other things that I think they would probably benefit from doing is like bringing back the whole 5-win streak thing, because they used to do that early on in the game, and I thought that was a lot of fun, honestly. Ranked is fun too, but it can get really cumbersome, obviously, with facing the same decks over and over again. And I think a lot of people were concerned about this month specifically because it was a Suicune metagame. And the problem with Suicune is that was just the best deck in the format. And now we get an entire month of that over again. The only difference is that Raichu EX exists, but nobody's playing Raichu EX. You know, nobody's playing that in today's metagame. So it is a very interesting thing what they've done to this game. I think that they would really benefit from allowing promos, or maybe just reprinting promos in the shiny edition, or having them out as, like, you know, additional cards in sets, in like basic sets. Like in the future, reprint Lapras EX. In the future, reprint Cresselia EX. Whatever, you know, like have these cards available for people in the future if they want, even if it's either they want like a shiny version of it, right? Because up until now, I don't think that there has been up until now, I don't think they've made a version of these promos that has been accessible through normal means. But I've heard people say that, you know, that is something that they are working on, and I'm like, that's great, but when at one point is this going to happen? You know, it's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. So this is going to be kind of like our tiebreaker special. We've got Garchomp here. I'm not too worried about facing Oricorio here. We can probably just use linear attack and attack the Magneton. The other thing they could do is, yeah, so they're going to obviously attack the Magneton here. Excuse me, I look super tired. But yeah, no, this is good. And this is also why I really like the Garchomp combination with Rampardos, because Rampardos does like full-on attacks to the active Pokemon, but Garchomp lets you get that extra reach to like Pokemon that have like retreated to the bench. You're able to like finally hone in on those Pokemon as well. So I do like this auto thing. It's pretty cool. I'm probably gonna try it in the future as well, just to see, because it does, like, you know, it's not as necessarily the best, but it does kind of make things a little bit easier on your body and on your mental well-being if you just go on autopilot. So that was a good suggestion. The other good suggestion was obviously the Discord, which I'm going to work on making at some point later today or tonight, tomorrow, whatever. And then I'll be able to finally talk with y'all through Discord, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you all in the next video.